No, no, it's that time of day again. Dramatic reading time.
Do you have reactions in the back again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So this is I think it's untitled. Yeah, it's untitled, but here's an example of some of the many scribblings I've made. And I'm gonna read the last couple pages.
That's just because you're fucking lazy.
Me?
Not you, the title.
Okay. The doctor was speaking with Murphy when Peter looked up from his reading. Murphy came over as the doctor went into Adam's room. He says he'll be all right. He's gotten a cast on one leg. In his condition, he'll likely be wheelchair-bound for some time. Well, at least we don't have to worry about him rolling off into a night. Peter anticipated a chuckle, but Murphy gave no such reaction. If it's all the same, I think I'll start to stay the night. The two men waited for a while before checking on Adam. He stirred awake when they entered the room. Peter was blindsided by a wave of emotions. He ran to his father's bedside and held his hand tightly. He had fought so hard to hold on to hate, but in the end, he could, oh God, I think he accidentally word.
You accidentally the whole thing?
He accidentally the whole thing.
God damn. But who is he? Who was phone? There's so many he's.
He had fought, it's a fucking sausage fest, I told you earlier. Right. He had fought so hard to hold on to hate, and he could never sever the ties he had to his father.
Sever?
Yeah, I edited the E out. His father had been his entire motivation in life. Mind you, his father had left when Peter was 13. And then they only came back together because Peter got into a car accident, and then his dad's friend found the car and then brought Peter back to his dad's house. And so I don't see how, like, the dad can be the major motivation in life if he hasn't been in the life for decades.
I mean, he could be the major motivation by, like,
because his wife is dead.
Wanting to find the absent
I guess. But his wife is dead. They didn't have kids. His mom's dead. He's Batman. Okay, but anyway. Peter may have thought he was striving to leave him behind, but at every step of the way was influenced by Adam, like he had to prove himself to him.
Who is him?
Vague pronouns. No, son, I want you to know that I'd rather be killed than to lose my mind to this. Could you imagine if this happened again and I was naked? Adam chuckled to himself. Don't joke about this, Dad. You still have money, don't you? We can get you the best medical attention money can buy. We can save you. Don't be so foolish, Peter. There's no cure for this. And once it starts, it only gets worse. The next day... Right? The next day, Adam came home. Later in the week, Peter's car was ready to go, but he decided to stay. Over the next month, Adam's condition worsened, and within a year, he was dead. Murphy and Peter stayed the entire time and were with him when he passed.
Glad that's over.
The turnout to his funeral was light, but was considerable given the town population. The two men stood solemnly by as Adam was lowered into the ground. They made their goodbyes, and Murphy finally went to his home in the next town over. He had only made it out there a handful of times over the last few months and was ready to focus on his own life. Peter drove back to Adam's house and stood quietly in the creaking echoes of the empty house for a while. He finally managed to walk himself up the stairs to his father's bedroom since the first time since his passing. He reached into the neck of his shirt and pulled out a key on a chain that he wore as a necklace. Lots of prepositions there.
The key on the chain, around her neck, I never would have assumed that the necklace.
I know, right? He walked over to the dresser and stood completely still. And this. And
also, like, in the last paragraph, he used, like, 4 different characters.
Right?
In, like, 2 sentences.
Right?
You're just trying to confuse the reader.
Since his father had given him the key, he had not dared to open the dresser. Between Peter and Adam, the dresser was only mentioned once more after the accident. Peter asked him why. And after decades passed with no response from his mother, because the mother's dead. He never tried to open the dresser without the key. While I had stolen that dresser when your mother forced me out, son, I kept it with me even when I left Dayton. I spent so long waiting for your mother to reply because if she didn't want me to open it, then I didn't deserve to. What's inside of the dresser? Ooh, I can't finish this because Tumblr only allows me 5 minutes. But basically, this sucks. This writing sucks, you guys. It just sucks.